Bears fans, this is moving right now. Phones buzzing, plans shifting, and a quiet personnel pivot that could turn a nagging weakness into a late-game weapon. Not hype, not a rerun. A real, time-sensitive development that ties directly to the one phase of this offense that hasn't matched the standard. Here's the promise. I'm going to break down why the ground game hasn't since, what the staff is actually asking of the backs, how the interior blocking is evolving, and why a very specific skill set short yardage burst plus pass protection trust matters more than a 40-yard dash number. I'll also walk through the timeline, the cost, the locker room impact, and how this move could protect Caleb Williams in November weather. No spoilers yet. Welcome back to Bears News Fan Report. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a like so more Chicago diehards see this before it gets cold circulated. Around here, we don't chase rumors. We map football problems to football solutions and tell you what moves the needle on Sundays. Let's start honest. Against Dallas in Week 3, the Bears ran it 29 times for 87 yards. That's 3.0 per carry, and for a franchise that wears the lineage of power backs like a badge, that stings. D'Andre Swift found flashes in space, but not the crease volume you want. Kyle Monangai fought for tough yards without sustained daylight. Roshan Johnson, once the short yardage hammer, wasn't part of the offensive snap count. The result wasn't catastrophic, but it was inefficient. And inefficient changed your play calling. Ben Johnson didn't duck it. He put the run game on the projector, line and backs together, point by point. Chemistry takes time, he said in so many words. New faces up front need to see the same picture. Runners must hit landmark and intent, not just daylight. That's code for trust the design and marry the footwork to the call. Inside zone wants a decisive one cut. Duo wants square pads and a vertical finish. Gap wants patience and a burst through the puller's hip. When the picture is muddy, you need a back who makes it simple. To their credit, the staff has tried everything. Luther Burden 3 and DJ Moore got touches from motion. Olamide Zakkos on a changeup. A designed QB keeper to keep the backside honest. You've seen direct snaps and end-around window dressing. Scheme isn't asleep. But if the run game is a band, the baseline downhill, no-nonsense yards on schedule has to hit. That baseline is what steals you 2nd and 5 in December. Context matters. The trade deadline lands on November 4th. Ryan Poles has treated that window as a lever before. Big swings like Montez Sweat, complicated lessons like the Claypool chapter, practical flips like Khalil Herbert for a pick. The pattern says the front office will price the market, not panic. The sweet spot here isn't star hunting. It's a cost-controlled assignment sound back who hits the AB gap with intent and picks up a free rusher without blinking. Profile check. This offense doesn't need a home run chaser. It needs a chain mover who makes first contact irrelevant. Think low center of gravity, square shoulders, decisive feet. 5-yard finishes on 3rd and 3. Blitz ID that buys Caleb one more hitch. A back who understands the call sheets, where the ball should hit, not just where the cutback might be. Why now? Because Dallas just gave you a live diagnostic on your run game, and at the same time, showcase the kind of depth piece that fits your need. Pro scouting departments trade notes after these gains. Personnel execs don't wait for October to make November decisions. If you're solving a problem, you move while the tape is fresh and the price is sane. Here's the reveal. The framework on the table is a low-cost swap with the Dallas Cowboys for a downhill. Runner out of their rotation, think conditional late-round pick territory. The kind of move that doesn't blow up your draft board, but tightens your situational football immediately. The fit is obvious. A compact finisher who runs your inside zone duo menu with tempo, protects on 3rd down, and gives you 4-minute offense identity. It's not a star chase. It's a role solution. Why would Dallas pick up the phone? Depth and value. Their room has bodies, and the marginal snaps behind their top usage can be converted. into a lottery ticket pick while they elevate a younger piece or free up a roster slot for a different need. For them, it's asset hygiene. For Chicago, it's a targeted plug. Both sides win if the price stays in that conditional 7th range and the player's cap number cooperates. What changes here? Operationally, Swift keeps his space game role the draws, the perimeter options, the angle routes that punish linebacker depth. The newcomer becomes your pad-level answer. 2-minute kill shots in the fourth quarter, 3rd and 2 in the low red. Those grindy second halves where you won 11-play drives that hurt the other defense's lungs. It clarifies jobs and it clarifies calls. In the red zone. This is where it flips games. Duo from condensed sets, motion to force over or underreaction, then a north-south finish that doesn't ask the back to win a race to the pylon. You also get credibility on play action. If defenses have to honor true downhill threat, that glance route to the slot becomes a layup. The Tay-leak pops. And cornerbacks stop flat-footing your RPO window because they feel the pad thud. This is also about protecting your quarterback. A veteran who sees nickel pressure, who feels the safety rotation and knows the Mike's creeper tells. Lets Caleb win second reaction moments without also dodging free hitters. That's not sexy on a highlight, but it's the kind of hidden yardage that takes a 24-20 grinder and pushes it to 27-20 with a clock burning close. Let's talk locker room. You don't undercut Roshan Johnson. You re-slot him. Competition is oxygen. You show the room that production is the currency, and that the front office will backstop the plan. Special teams gets better. 2 coverage units love backs who hit and run lanes with discipline. And if Mo Nangai keeps stacking practice reps, great, you build a floor and a ceiling at once. Risks? Always. New back, new playbook. Blitz rules are language. You can't fake it. Penalties in pass pro are worse than a 0-yard run. And if the interior combo blocking doesn't keep climbing, any back will feel like he's running through a keyhole. That's why this can't just be a transaction. It has to be married to the growth you're already seeing up front. Better double teams, faster climbs, cleaner aiming points. Contingencies if it stalls. There are other north-south options across the league. Practice squad elevations that give you traits without picks. Even a short-term rotation tweak using a heavier Tay surface to simulate a hammer. But the Dallas path makes sense because you just saw the contrast in person. Your scouts have fresh notes. And the cost aligns with the value of what you're trying to fix. Zooming out, this isn't about headlines. It's about identity. November football in the NFC North is mud and breath clouds. You win when your base runs land on time and your quarterback lives in clean pockets on money downs. A modest, precise trade that gives you that last missing club in the bag is the definition of grown-up roster building. Your turn. What would you do? If the cost is a conditional late rounder and the fit is a downhill finisher who can pass protect, are you in or out? Who loses snaps, and how would you share the room to keep Swift's space threat intact while adding a hammer? Tell me below, and don't hold back. The best ideas on this channel always come from the people who bleed navy and orange. My personal take, I'm in at the right price. This roster is too close to let short yardage and third down protection stay leaky. A small, smart move with Dallas for a role-specific back is the kind of bet that pays off in one-score games. And to be crystal clear, this is a reasoned speculation based on need, timing, and fit, not an official announcement.